This episode contains discussions of coercive control, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, and intimate partner violence. Some listeners may find the content distressing. Please listen at your own pace and prioritize your well-being. Hi, and welcome back to After the Quiet. This is episode 85. By January of 2019, I was exhausted. Not the kind of tired that comes from working full-time and raising 3 children. I was exhausted because I was never allowed to rest. The text messages never stopped. From the moment I woke up until long after I should have been asleep, my phone would vibrate. If I didn't answer quickly enough, another message would come. Then another. Then a phone call. If I was teaching, he expected me to respond. If I was driving home, he wanted updates. If I didn't reply exactly when he thought I should, I would have to explain why. There was no silence. There was no peace. And there was definitely no privacy. My phone wasn't mine. He regularly went through it, scrolling through my messages, checking my call history, reading conversations with friends, family, and coworkers. He looked at my photos, my emails, my social media. If he found absolutely nothing, which was every single time, it didn't reassure him. It simply meant I had become better at hiding something that didn't exist. Living like that changes you. You begin deleting harmless conversations because you don't want to explain them. You stop texting friends because it's easier than defending every message. You become anxious every time your phone lights up. Not because you've done something wrong, but because you're about to be accused of something you never did. On January 28th, he sent me another article. It was about teachers. According to him, it proved that teachers were constantly having affairs. He wanted me to read it. His message wasn't really about education. It wasn't about statistics. It was another attempt to convince me that because I worked in a school, I was surrounded by people who cheated. And therefore, I must be cheating too. It didn't matter that I'd spent my entire career trying to do the right thing. It didn't matter that I went to work and came straight home. Facts didn't matter. Suspicion was enough. When someone is determined to believe you're being unfaithful, every headline becomes evidence. Every coworker becomes suspicious. Every delayed text becomes proof. Every normal interaction becomes an interrogation. A few days later, on February 3rd, he posted something publicly on Instagram. It said, "If you're not obsessed with me, give my number to your friend." At first glance, it sounded like a joke. Maybe even confidence. But when I looked at everything happening behind closed doors, it felt different. Here was someone publicly presenting himself as desirable and funny, while privately accusing his wife of cheating almost every day. He wanted attention from strangers while demanding complete loyalty and constant reassurance from me. That contradiction became a pattern. The rules were never the same for both of us. He could seek validation. He could flirt with attention. He could present whatever version of himself he wanted online. But I couldn't even have a normal conversation with another human being without it becoming an interrogation. Looking back now, I don't think this was about love. It wasn't even about jealousy. It was about control. If he could convince me that everyone was watching me, if he could convince me that every interaction was dangerous, if he could make me spend all of my energy defending myself, then I wouldn't have the energy to question what he was doing. That's what coercive control does. It traps you in a cycle of proving your innocence over and over again. And the hardest part? You never realize that innocence was never the point. Because once someone decides you're guilty, no amount of evidence will ever convince them otherwise. Thank you for listening to After the Quiet. If this episode resonated with you, please consider following the podcast, leaving a review, or sharing it with someone who may need to hear these stories. Your support helps other survivors recognize patterns that often remain hidden for years. You can also follow me on Instagram at after.the.quiet. Thank you for listening.